Another day in the neighborhood. Anyway, oh, flatulence, excuse me. Uh, I keep eating all them beans. More beans, you fart more, right? More you eat, the more you fart. Golly knows. Anyway, it's gotta go somewhere. Can't hold it in, you'll explode. It's like explode. Oh gosh. It's just one of the wonderful things of living, right? Life. And I was talking to my friend Roseanne, and I told her, I said, one of the things Jesus said was you have to hate your life in this world, right? You have to hate your life in this world because um, it's really that bad here. It's really It's like, but he hated all earthly things. It's like he despised earthly things. He's like, don't keep your treasures here on earth. And as far as your body, it's like he was a very spiritual man, which means that everything earthly was, he despised it. He despised anything that was earthly, including his own body, his own uh, natural physical body, not the spiritual body, but the biological body. And so this is what I really think he meant by that was that you hate your life in this world because what's waiting for you on the other side is going to be so full of love and just like the most beautiful, loving place you're ever going to um, even imagine or even can even conceive of knowing. And and that's what I think the whole thing was all about with him is that you were to hate your life in this world because this was not this was just like a pit stop. Like this is just a very short blip in time, like a very short time that we're here, and you're going to be in eternity, right? When you die, you'll be there in eternity with him and in heaven. And this whole thing, um, where you know hate your life in this world because the next life is going to be so full of love, and love your own living spirit, because they were like, you have to love the spirit, love the Holy Spirit, love your living spirit, love God, love your spirit, love yourself, and as love your neighbors as yourself. And have faith, hope, joy, and the most important is love. And that was his whole deal, is like that's going to get you into heaven. uh, Everything you do in the eyes of God for or with love is acceptable in the eyes of God. Yeah. And people don't realize how important that is. They just think, oh, I'm not going to do it for, I'm going to do it for anything other than for or with love. Then let me tell you, you are going in the wrong direction, really. And people don't really seem to believe in this stuff anymore because they don't believe that they're a living spirit. And but when you get to my age and you start to realize if you are capable of doing that, how your living spirit, how much that matters, and how much that's going to be more a part of who you are than anything after this life, because that's going to be all that's left of you, is that beautiful living spirit. And if you're not doing everything you can to make that beautiful, in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the universe, let's say, or whatever it is, or whatever you conceive it to be, the eyes of creation, or whatever it is that whatever you want to believe, because believe me, this doesn't happen, all this isn't just here for happenstance, okay? There's something very, very amazing and very spiritual and alive about this whole universe. And it is alive. All every bit of it. The whole thing is alive. I mean, even look at the pictures that they're taking, or the concept of what they're taking and putting together. I mean, it looks like life. It looks like a living cell. Like, and everything is just, it's like a fractal. When you look at it from that distance, it's like a living system. And as you move in, there's other systems and systems within systems and within systems, and it's all one big living system and a living spirit. And we're living spirits within this system. And we do go on, because like I say, I've seen it with my own eyes. Living spirit. And the spirits that, move through the air. They're not flying. Not UFOs. There's nothing flying. And they're not objects. They're living. They're alive. Okay, because they're living spirits. And that's what they don't want you people to know. Is that they're alive and they're living just like we are. Okay? And everything about this place is a living spirit. And yes, there's good and there's evil. And, you choose which side you're on. You choose. When you're here in this world, you make that choice for the rest of eternity. You make that choice when you're here. And you decide where your spirit is going to lie. You decide where your spirit's going when you leave this earth. Because believe me, that's where it's going to be. And if you don't believe that, believe me, you're in big trouble. Because like I say, I've seen it. I've seen a real living spirit. I don't know what it was, but it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Okay. 3-dimensional spirit. The outline, of his body. I could see his face. I could see everything. But it was just the outline, like a 3D sim, like those Sims, like Sims 3, Sims 4, the dead people, or it's like all you see is the outline. I could see the outline of their body, of his body, and this beautiful white light where his heart would be, like right in the middle of his chest. Not where the heart is, it's like right in the middle of his chest. And there was like this mist that just kept spinning like a gyroscope around it. And I could still see that light so bright. You think it could have lit up the whole room, but it didn't. My dog saw it. He barked at it. I think he heard the static electricity. Perked right up at my feet, down at my feet. And I turned and I saw an arm stretched out. Yeah, arm stretched out. It was going like this. Like this. Like this. And he was going, shh, shh, shh. I could see his mouth moving. Hush, like hushing, like trying to hush up my dog. Yeah. But if he hadn't barked at him, I would have never known he was there. But he was so bright. Brightest thing. I mean, you wouldn't believe how bright he was. And that light in his chest. Beautiful white light. And I'll probably never know what it was, or where it came from, or who he was. But it was real. My dog saw it. He barked at him. He's the one that notified me that he was there. The reason why I turned to even look at him, because I was on my laptop over here doing this, and he was standing off to my right side, standing in my nightstand, with his head in the lampshade of my lamp. Yeah. So I'm telling you, the living spirit is real. The spirits that we see flying around, that people, these fuckers are calling UFOs. They're not UFOs. Those are real living spirits. That's what they are. And that's what they've always been. And they create life, and they created everything. All right, whatever it is, whatever this is, and like I say, I pity. I have sorrow and great sorrow and pity, like I say, for anyone that doesn't believe it, because you're gonna be in for a real rude awakening. Yeah, because it's real. It's all very real, and you make your choice where you're going after this life. If you're not doing everything for and with love.